What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, as well as Luca, and we're back with more from Gordon Lightfoot's Greatest Hits, or Complete Greatest Hits. Luca looks mischievous. I'm watching you. I know. Be careful. And the next tune is Pussywillows and Cattails. Or is it just, I think it's like Pussywillows, Cattails. Yes, that is what it is. So a pussywillow, it's like a type of plant. I don't know exactly the technical term, but I know sort of what they look like, and I think they weep over, if you will. Cattails, I'm assuming, is the same. I'm guessing we're not talking about an actual cattail here. And maybe, again, something that like curves or arcs downward after it grows, but I am less familiar with that and can't think of a visual reference. In any case, it sounds maybe like a location to be among such types of plants, and maybe there's a particular connotation about that setting to be in a certain, place during a certain season would be my hypothesis. So yes, I'm not quite sure what to expect, and even if that perception is correct, I'm guessing there'll be a narrative here that will be more particular. So let's give it a listen. This is Gordon Lightfoot. The tune is Pussywillows Cattails, and it's included in his Complete Greatest Hits compilation. And once again, thank you to Yvonne for providing that, as well as Kim and Vera for commenting on the song so far.
Pussywillows, cattails, soft winds and roses, rain pools in the woodland, water to my knees, shivering, quivering, the warm breath of spring. Pussywillows, cattails, soft winds and roses. Catbirds and cornfields, daydreams together, riding on the roadside, the dusk gets in your eyes. Reveling, disheveling, the summer nights can bring. Pussywillows, cattails, soft winds and roses. Slanted rays and colored days, stark blue horizons, naked limbs and wheat bins, hazy afternoons, voicing, rejoicing, the wine cups do bring. Pussywillows, cattails, soft winds and roses. Harsh nights and candlelights, wood fires a-blazing, soft lips and fingertips resting in my soul, treasuring, remembering the promise of spring. Pussywillows, cattails, soft winds and roses.
Ooh, feels like that could go a little longer, or there could be an extended cut somewhere. But okay, first of all, sonically, that is rich, it is beautiful, it is elegant, and more classical oriented than I may have expected. I mean, we do have that folksy acoustic guitar, but also I think a cello, some violins, an oboe, maybe it was a clarinet, I think it was an oboe. And overall, it felt sort of like a folk concerto, is the best way I can describe it. Of course, Gordon's voice fits right in with that. It's very soft and lyrical in its delivery. Lyrically, I feel like maybe. I mean, a couple of things come to mind. Number one, overall, including with the lyrics, it sounds like a 60s tune. It feels like a hippie, counterculture maybe tune of the 60s, but specifically, in an outdoor rural setting, people setting up a commune and living under the stars and campfires at night and, difficult maybe experiences, with the daytime temperatures and so on, but also the forging of memories and intimate bonds, both, let's say, more communal, but seemingly also like intimate on a personal level with, the lips and someone's touch. And these things may be thought of retrospectively, like in his heart, so maybe like in his memory. And the line, or the reason I thought maybe it's like, hippies or counterculture, the idea of the promise of spring. Now that could just be a seasonal reference in relation to these plants and to the sky above, both blue and then dark at night with, the stars above. But it sounds almost like he's saying, like, yo, you remember those days when, we tried to do something different and we were trying to, live in a way that was more reflective of the human spirit, and we were trying to tap into, this cultural sentiment, and everything seemed like it could change, and we could, find ways of living with nature and with each other that went against, the more, let's say, territorial and conflict oriented aspects of human history. So again, maybe it really just was about the seasons, and this was a visual and atmospheric type of tune in a more literal sense. But again, given the sonic flavor of the tune with that like mid to late 60s sound, given a couple of the lines, I wondered if we are here talking about the springtime of a certain like temporal and cultural moment, which maybe upon reflection, didn't turn out to be everything they thought it might, or it didn't last as long as they would have hoped, or it didn't catch on among the general populace, but was a special thing for the people who were there in that time, living that communal life together, again, out in nature, and, with the camaraderie and the simplicity that maybe was a defining and intentional feature. So, yeah, again, not knowing some of these references to plants and so on, maybe I'm missing something here, but yeah, it feels like this could maybe be functioning on two levels. Visually, certainly, but maybe with implications or connotations that speak to something, more particular and at the same time more broad. So, either way, I very much enjoyed it. It feels like that was a short one. Let's see. Yeah, under 3 minutes, so, not terribly short, not like a early 80s punk tune where it's like a minute and a half, but definitely on the shorter end, and certainly shorter than the previous one from Gordon. So either way, I'm really enjoying this journey. As I said, thank you again to Yvonne, but also to Vera and to Kim and any others who will comment along the way. Very much looking forward to the next one. Let me know what you think, and I will see you then. Peace.